we are going to talk about one of the most painful injuries I've ever had. When I broke a bone, not in my arm or in my leg, but in my face. When I broke my face. Hello everyone, welcome back to English on Autopilot. Today we are talking about when I broke my face. When it happened, I was young. I was around 11 or 12 years old. I was young. I was still a kid. It happened on a mountain. It happened on a mountain when I was snowboarding. Ever since I was little, I always went to the mountains to ski and later to snowboard. Where I live, it's right next to the mountains. I lived there for many, many years. And when you live in Carson City, it's normal to go skiing and snowboarding. We would go up to Lake Tahoe, where they held the Winter Olympics. So you know the skiing is excellent. It is very good. And it's beautiful to see. You see the lake while you ski down the mountain. Wow, it's impressive. The day I got injured, it was the first day of the season. I went up to Lake Tahoe on a bus. Where a lot of kids went on the bus to go to Lake Tahoe. That day, my mom, she took me to the bus in Carson City. All the kids got on the bus and we went to Lake Tahoe. This was the first time I went snowboarding without my mom. And I was a little nervous and excited because I was with my friends. We went up the mountain and the day was pretty warm. It was sunny. And the snow was not very good. Because it was warm outside, the snow had started to melt. And then at night, it got cold again. And when water gets cold, it turns to ice. So on the mountain, there was a lot of ice. Instead of snow. I went up the chairlift and I started snowboarding. I went on mini runs. I went on 10, 12 runs, and it was okay. But later I was snowboarding down the mountain, and on the snowboard you have edges, the edge of the snowboard. And it got caught in some ice. The snowboard slipped on the ice. It slipped, and my head went forward, and I, boom, hit the snow. Luckily, I was wearing a helmet and goggles because I hit my face. Ow. It was a hard impact. And for a second, I laid on the ground. I laid there and I said, okay, I'm injured. Ow, it hurts. But I was in the middle of the mountain. I was here and I needed to get to the lodge down here. I pushed myself off the ground and I was dizzy. I was dizzy and nauseous, like I was going to throw up. Not good, because I hit my head. Not good. But slowly, I made it down to the lodge. And I went to the bathroom to look in a mirror. I looked in the mirror. And I could see, I was injured. There was blood on my face. And it was swollen. Right under my eye. And my head hurt. I had a headache. So what did I do? Of course, I called my mom. My mom was in another city, shopping for my little sister, who was not born yet. My mom was still pregnant with my little sister. But my dad was closer. My dad got in the car. And he drove to come get me. My dad drove to pick me up and take me to the hospital. My dad said, we need to go to the hospital now because I hit my head. We got to the hospital, my dad and we got to the hospital, and the doctor looked at me. He said, uh-oh, your head. I had to do a CAT scan of my head so they could see my brain. And my brain was a little swollen because I had a concussion. A concussion is when your brain hits the bone, the bone in your head, and it swells. It happens when you hit your head. I had a concussion. And the bone right here, which is called your orbital bone under your eyes, was broken. And I needed to rest. I needed to rest in bed. I needed to rest in bed for a couple of days. And eventually it healed. And you can't tell, can you? I don't think so. Tell me in the comments below, have you ever broken a bone? Maybe in your arm, or in your leg, or in your face? Put it in the comments below. I have broken a lot of bones. I'll tell you more in other videos. So don't forget to subscribe to keep watching more comprehensible input right here. And we'll see each other in the next video. Bye.